Welcome back to another video here. Today we're at York. Departing now is the 0958 Trans-Pennine Express service to Manchester Piccadilly. 1854 for free. So today here at York we'll see services by Trans-Pennine Express, LNER, Northern, Cross Country, Lumo, potentially some freight and a special charter train. Departing now will be your 10:02 LNER Azuma service down here at York to London King's Cross. 8:01 2:30 will be leading the proceedings of this. There is 8:01. So this train will call at Doncaster, Retford, Newark Northgate, Grantham, Peterborough, Stevenage and finally London King's Cross. This is one of the 2 hourly services. They're one of the slow ones that stop at all them stations from York. Some of them will go non-stop to London and some will call at Doncaster, Newark and only Peterborough. Also down there is your 10:05 Trans-Pennine Express service from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street. 8:01 2:30 bound for London King's Cross. Next calling point will be Doncaster, where you can change for LNER to Leeds and other services between Doncaster and Leeds with Northern. Off goes bound for London. Departing now is your 10:05 Trans-Pennine Express service from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street, formed of one of their 8:02s. Here it emerges into the sunlight. 8:02 2:18. Next will be Leeds, and then it'll be on diesel power, I think, for nearly the rest of the journey down to Liverpool. It goes bound for Liverpool Lime Street from Newcastle. Oh, and arriving in now is another Trans-Pennine Express 8:02 bound for probably Newcastle, I can imagine, from Liverpool Lime Street. 8:02 2:01. Yep, he's going to Scarborough. Okay, so this would normally be done by 185s. But for some reason they've whacked an 8:02 on it, and they've moved it onto platform 3. Fair enough. 8:02 2:01. I think it's 3:01. Sorry about that. It's 2:01 bound for Scarborough from Manchester Victoria. Scarborough. Departing now will be your 10:08 Northern train service down here at York, heading to Leeds. Also, by the time this would have went up, the other York video would have went up with spotting. I'm really sorry about the slow motion thing. I didn't realise I was recording in slow motion. 195 125 is on this. Yeah, I didn't realise I was recording in slow motion for the whole of that clip, so I just assumed, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. So you got really slow Azuma. Anyway, off goes 105 125 bound for Leeds via Garford. Arriving in now is your 10:22 Trans-Pennine Express service from Liverpool Lime Street to Newcastle. Another one of that 8:02s, shock horror. 8:02 2:08. And also down there is a Trans-Pennine Express 185 working a service from Redcar Central to Manchester Airport. 8:02 2:08 bound for Newcastle from Liverpool Lime Street. Next stop will be Darlington, then Durham and Chester Street in Newcastle. It's also worth noting that they don't stop at Northallerton anymore, so it's now probably a pure LNER station. In terms of going up north beyond Newcastle. Off that goes back to Newcastle. Arriving in now is another train formed of cross country from Reading to Newcastle. 2:20 0:17. 2:20 0:17 bound for Newcastle from Reading. think it's just came via Doncaster. Departing now is your 1020 Trans-Pennine Express service from Redcar Central to Manchester Airport. Just formed a single 185, that is a long journey. One 185 121. Off goes 185 121, bound for Manchester Airport from Redcar Central. Departing now is your 1023 Northern train service to Blackpool North via Preston and Manchester. 105 103. Of course, 195 103, bound for Blackpool North, starting here at York. Arriving in now is a Grand Central Adelante from London King's Cross to Sunderland. 180 103. Next up will be Thirsk, Northallerton, then I don't know the rest. I'm in beyond York, but I do know that there is Thirsk and Northallerton. Off goes 180 108 from London King's Cross to Sunderland. Departing now is 1028 Grand Central service from Sunderland to London King's Cross, formed of 180 108. Next and final corner point for this train will be London King's Cross. That white looks new. William Shakespeare, the man himself. Oh, hello. There's freight trains. Down there is a DRS 68. Not sure where it's going. It's going on the avoiding loop. It's round York. And behind it looks like a Freightliner Class 66. I'm going to see if they have if that has the road into York, and then I can go on my toilet break. But off that goes back for London King's Cross. If it's not passed through York, oh, you might be passed through York. I'll have a look. Off it goes back for London. I've had a gather. These are, believe it or not, these are going through York. So these will be the final train before I go on a mini toilet break. But we'll be back short. And this is a triple lot of Freightliner Class 66s. At the front we have 66541. 66541, 66414 is in the middle, and on the rear we've got 66952. Didn't realise they have /9s, but that's cool. I'm not sure where they're going, these 66s, but I'll have a look shortly. Anyways, off they go, wherever they go. Here's 220 001, going to Plymouth and Bristol Temple Meads. Front four will go to Plymouth via Exeter St Davies, and the rear four will detach and terminate at Bristol Temple Meads. Arriving in now is a Trans-Pennine Express, a dual pair of them bound for Redcar Central from Manchester Airport. Also there is the Darlington LNER Zuma. If I could dash a picture up on screen, we'll try to, I will. 105 116 is on the front. I'm going to see if I can show you what I mean. Yeah, look. Darlington. I was wrong about Northallerton. Oh, off goes the train bound from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. 105 117 is on the rear. Bound for Redcar Central. Off goes the LNER Zuma bound for Edinburgh Waverley. And off goes dual pair of 185 from Manchester Airport to Redcar Central. Arriving in now is a terminating Trans-Pennine Express service from Manchester Piccadilly, terminating here at York. I think there's services every hour, usually. $185 $113. That engine sounds dodge. Very vibrating. Off goes 185 113, terminating here at York from Manchester Piccadilly, and off goes 155343, working a service to Bridlington via Hull. This is the train that brought me in from Selby earlier this morning. Next calling point should be Church Fenton. It will either be Ulscale or Church Fenton. I still haven't analysed that route perfectly, so I'm not sure the calling point is area. Off it goes to Bridlington via Hotch cross country off, and off goes our dual pair of cross country voyages from Edinburgh to Plymouth and Bristol Temple Meads. As we gathered on the front, it is 220-001, the first cross-country 220. And on the rear of this, we've got 220-014. Off he goes, bound for Bristol Temple Meads and Plymouth. Catch me off guard is a Transpennine Express 185-144 from Scarborough to Manchester Victoria. And also down there is a LNER Zuma, probably bound for Edinburgh. No, it's definitely bound for Edinburgh. The next terminal in Yorkshire is off for another hour, give or take. Yep, Edinburgh. Might as well keep it rolling. If you are enjoying this video so far, then remember to please leave a like and subscribe, as it does help the algorithms and make me more oh, there's a ladybug, look. Oh, it's gone. I hope you saw it. Well, we're not here for ladybugs, we're here for trains. Well, at least I hope you are. Here is our LNER Zuma from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. Gonna hit a bird along this journey. 801-203. Jeez, it's bright. Next one will be Darlington, then Newcastle, then Berwick, and finally Edinburgh. Off goes 801-203, bound for Edinburgh Waverley from London King's Cross. Arriving in now is 195-003, working a terminating service from Blackpool North. (195-003) terminating from Blackpool North here at York. Departing now is your 1052 Transpennine Express service starting here at York and to Manchester Piccadilly. (185-113). Next stop will be Castleford, then Normanton, then Wakefield Kirkgate, then other random destinations till it gets to Manchester. Off it goes to Manchester Piccadilly, starting at York. Arriving in now is a terminating Northern train service from Blackpool North. The other 195 actually came in from Leeds. 195-112. (195-112) from Blackpool North. Arriving in far down in the distance is the 1103, I think it is, LNER Zuma from Edinburgh Waverley to London King's Cross. Great. Arriving in now is a terminating Northern Trains 155 from Scarborough. (155-347). They want to run. There's people in there that I believe will get the want to get Midland Pullman, but they've left it close, which is what I did not want to do. I was going to get this train, but thankfully I didn't. I thought it was too close to call because 11:02, 10:58, but it's pulled in a few minutes late. Yeah, I thought I'd rather not. Anyway, it is terminated at York. Arriving in now, I believe for staff changes, is Midland Pullman, which I think I might have said in the first few clips, but it's going from Stafford to Fort William. Look at her, she is beautiful. 43059. Sporting Castle set, I believe. Oh, look at her. Jeff Drury, 1930 to 1999, 43046. Oh, off she goes, bound for Fort William. I'm now going to go down to the other end of the platform because I believe it's going to stop. Off goes the LNER, I'm bound for London King's Cross from Edinburgh Waverley. But we're now going to dash down to the end of platform 5 for Midland Pullman. Departing now is 174.75, heading to Leeds via Harrogate. Here with Midland Pullman, and we're now waiting for its departure before I go on a lunch break and probably end the video when she leaves. 174.75, bound for Leeds via Harrogate. Off goes 185-103 with another Transpennine Express 185 from Manchester Victoria to Scarborough. We've probably now got about a few minutes before the Midland Pullman leaves, bound for Fort William in Scotland. So the next clip will probably be of Midland Pullman leaving. Anyways, off she goes, bound for Scarborough. Arriving now is 802-211 from Newcastle to Liverpool Lime Street. Look at 802-211, bound for Liverpool. Departing now is Midland Pullman, working a service from Stafford to Fort William. Next stop, I believe, for this train will be Edinburgh in roughly over 2 hours' time. Off she goes, bound for Fort William. We should be back here in 2 days' time, just about. That'll probably be for our final show today, so thank you for watching. The next video will probably from Doncaster, if not, I'm not too sure. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Departing now, be your delayed LNER zero service to London King's Cross. Have a nice time from the driver there, thank you very much. 1216. Final calling point for this service will be London King's Cross in just under 2 hours' time. Also here is 82208, I believe 91124 on the back, which will work the 1202 LNER service starting here at York, heading to London King's Cross. Okay, 81216, bound for London King's Cross. Departing now is 802-210, working a Transpennine service to Liverpool Lime Street from Newcastle. Goes bound for Liverpool. Departing now will be your delayed 1202 LNER service from York, starting here at York, heading to London and King's Cross. As you can tell, I was going to get on this train to Doncaster, but I wanted to stay here, so the rest of the film will be here at York. (82208) is on the front. 91's fired up. Nice tone from the driver there, thank you very much. (82.208), we're firing up on the back 91.124. Arriving in now, it's a terminating Northern Trains 195, 195, 107 from Leeds via Garforth. Sorry for the dodgy camera work, it's not focusing for some reason. Here it is, terminating at York from Leeds via Garforth. Starting now is 195, 125, working a Northern train service to Leeds via Garforth. Off goes 195, 125 to Leeds via Garforth. Arriving in now, well, the sun is really starting to come out, is a Trans-Pennine Express 185 from Manchester Victoria to Scarborough. 185, 125. 185, 125, bound for Scarborough from Manchester Victoria. Arriving in now is a Trans-Pennine Express 802, working a service from Liverpool Lime Street to Newcastle. Oh God. 802-209. Coming into platform 10 because the Blackpool North train is on platform 9 and the train to Leeds via Harrogate is on platform 11, so he doesn't really have a choice unless not 10 was taken, then he'd have to go on 5. 802-209, bound for Newcastle from Liverpool Lime Street. And also down there are a dual pair of Trans-Pennine Express 185 working a service from Scarborough to Manchester Victoria, I believe. Oh no, Redcar Central to Manchester Airport, I think. Departing now will be a dual pair of Trans-Pennine Express 185 working a service from Redcar Central to Manchester Airport. Also, if any Redcar locals are going, is it Redcar or Redcar? I had this debate with Spotting Mix, I'm not too sure. 185, 122 is at the front. With 185, 120 on the rear. Off she goes, bound for Manchester Airport from Redcar Central. With a nice two-tone from the driver there. Thank you very much, that was greatly appreciated. Yes. Departing now will be your 1224 Northern train service, starting here at York, heading to Blackpool North via Preston and Bradford interchange. 195, 107. Off goes 195, 107, heading to Blackpool North. Arriving in now for one of our final few trains of the day is going to be a cross-country service, working service from Plymouth to Edinburgh Waverley. Still seeking out advantage. Hang on a minute. They just said 9. 221, 130. Hey, the passenger announcement just said 9. Off goes 801-208, working the 1232, 31 actually, 1232 LNER Azuma service, working service from Edinburgh to London King's Cross. Next calling point will be Doncaster, then Newark Northgate, then Peterborough, and finally London King's Cross. That will take just 2 hours, because the non-stop one takes an hour and 50 minutes. 801-208 for our penultimate train of the day, bound for London King's Cross. Arriving in now for our final train of the day will be the now delayed 12:35 LNER Azuma service from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. I want to thank you all very much for watching this video here at York. I'm sorry that this was back to back, but I saw Midland Pullman. I was like, I want to go, so I did. 801-215 will be leading the proceedings down to Edinburgh. Like I said, I literally saw Midland Pullman on Realtime Trains and the charter company website I look at, and a few people that I know, and they're like, yep, that's Midland Pullman. And I was like, okay, that's enough for me to go to York, and if it's not, it'll still be something cool. And it was Midland Pullman, and it was very cool. So anyway, here comes this LNER Azuma. I want to thank you all very much for watching, like I said, for the millionth time. From me here at York, oh bosh. I want to thank you all for watching. See you later, au revoir.